Standard 9, Subject History, Chapter number 4, Economic Development. Yesterday we were on page number 20 and we will be starting with the paragraph New Economic Policy. The year 1991 is very important in the history of modern India. Why? Because after the 10th general elections, our Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, with Dr. Manmohan Singh as our Finance Minister, adopted the new economic policy of linking India's economy with the global economy. Till this point of time, India had closed its doors of economic policies to the world. We did not allow foreign companies to come and operate in India. We had very high taxes on all the foreign products that were tried to be sold in India. For this, fundamental changes were brought about in the Indian economy. Indian economy was brought in tune with the global mainstream. India was put on the global map of doing business. During this period, Indian economy was in a crisis situation. Our economy was very down. We did not have enough money to support our businesses. Before the P.V. Narasimha Rao government took charge, Chandrasekhar was the Prime Minister of India. During his tenure, the rate of inflation was 17%. Inflation is costliness, how costly the things are. There is a way of knowing what is the rate of inflation. This was pegged at 17% during Chandrasekhar Rao, Chandrasekhar being the Prime Minister. Economic growth rate had gone down by 1.1%. India had foreign exchange reserves only enough to last for imports for a week. If we want to import any food grains or any essential commodities, we had the foreign money, the foreign dollars and the pounds only to last us for a week. It had become extremely difficult to pay back its loan. India had taken loans from various sources, various countries, and also the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and even it was unable to give the interest on it. In May 1991, the government had tried to control the situation by selling some of its gold reserves and by mortgaging some. Every country has loads of money in the form of hard cash, gold reserves, etc. or foreign exchange. India had tried to bring in some money by selling some of its gold reserves. Before the Chandrasekhar government, the VP Singh government had incurred a liability of over 10,000 crore rupees on the economy by waiving off the loans of all farmers. To become a popular Prime Minister, to become a popular government, the VP Singh government had told the farmers that whatever loans you have taken till now from the banks for farming purposes, we are waiving it off. You are not required to pay the money back. This had cost the government to incur a huge liability, a huge loss of over 10,000 crore rupees. The proportion of internal loans of central and state governments together to the gross domestic product was 55%. Now what happens is, when we want money, we go to the bank for a loan. Similarly, when the banks want money, they go to the RBI. When the state governments want money, they go to the central government. The proportion of internal loans was very high as compared to the domestic product. We were earning less and we had more loans on our head as a country. In 1980 to 1981, foreign loan was 2,350 crore dollars, which increased to 8,380 crore dollars in 1990-1991. At this time, India had foreign exchange reserves of only 100 crore dollars. We are having a loans in thousands of crores of dollars and we are having foreign exchange reserves of only 100 crore dollars. So we are spending more, we are taking more loans, but we are earning less. We have less money with us. This also had the background of the increased oil prices due to the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. Iraq had attacked Kuwait, and hence all the oil wells of Kuwait were not producing oil. The oil prices, the petrol, diesel and other fuel prices increased. This made it very difficult for India to raise a loan. We already have taken too many loans. Now we were not in a position to get any more loans. Even the non-resident Indians, the NRIs, which are loyal to India and are earning outside in foreign countries, even they started withdrawing their deposits in foreign currency from India. There was a lack of trust within Indians themselves. So what did the government do? The government brought out some remedial measures. P.V. Narasimha Rao, our Prime Minister at that time, appointed Dr. Manmohan Singh as the Finance Minister in order to find a way out of this situation. Dr. Manmohan Singh undertook many corrective measures. He was an expert in the financial field. He saw what the problem was and he started taking up corrective measures. Slowly but surely, the situation began to change. He removed the restrictions on foreign investments. First of all, whatever restrictions we had placed on the foreign companies to invest in India, to put their money in India, to sell their products, we removed those restrictions. He restricted the license system to 18 industries. Whenever we want to start a factory or a mill or any shop, we need to have licenses. And the number of licenses required to open such an entity was so huge that no one was ready to start any new venture. So he restricted the license system to only 18 industries. Rest all the industries were allowed to be opened without licenses. No need to take permission from the government. In view of the increasing losses in the public sector industries, he opened up the public sector for investment by private industries. Public sector industries means the government industries. All the government factories, mills and other stuff which were going into losses, he opened up for the investment by private players.